Hello, I'm Jenna Lynn Roberts with Present Path Tarot, and today I'm showing off the Pulp Tarot, which is in a really cool little book-like box with some deets on the back. And I'm using my fancy scissors because I feel like there's a little kink to all this, and we need to honor that with some classy design scissors. So this is made by Todd Alcott. I bought it on Etsy. It was only $40 at this point, which I thought was a very reasonable price for 78 works of art. And so here we are. It's a little shiny cover. And I like the kind of fake tarnish look. I'm really excited about this. I like the inside being sort of like a used book you'd get. It has a booklet with it that appears to be simple answers, about a paragraph each for each of the cards. Maybe I'll write in the comments later how his cleverness is in his description. So the backs of the cards are very red. Wow, that is a deep red. Kind of intense. I'm not loving the backs, I'm going to admit, but I'm so excited about the deck that I'm going to let that go. So gently, gently, don't want to harm the cards. Get these open. Ah, so satisfying. So we start with the Fool, and so the cards have a nice, they're kind of thin, but they have a gloss to them, so they're very, they're not sticky. And the deck's not very lightweight deck, actually, surprisingly lightweight deck. And we begin with the Fool, which I like how it says card number 0, as though it's the first of a comic book series or such. The Magician, classic, still carrying the 4 suits around him. The High Priestess, wearing her Pope-like outfit. She still has the Torah down here and some keys. So I appreciate the little attention to these details. The Empress card, I like the little bit of how it's, and she's a sexy Empress. Let's get this going. This is the feminine divine with some sex appeal. And still carrying that throne with the stars above the head. I like that he's included kind of the roughed edge book edges. The Emperor card. I'm going to move this just a smidge, just to give us a little more centered. The Emperor card gives that kind of fantasy vibe of the pulp fiction genre. The Hierophant almost looks a bit like a woman. Has an androgyny to the character. The Lover's card, I love it. Very Adam and Eve. That angel coming at. Still has the mountain in the background. It's fun to have the little subtle details from the original Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Now we're getting into the 70s or late 60s look. I like that the Hermit has the black and white vibe. Makes it a little bit older feeling. Feels more like a movie. This has I love pulp magazines because they kind of remind me of movies. This has a comic book sort of feel. Nice. Speaking of movies, clearly a reference to blaxploitation in the 70s. Foxy Brown, etc. The Hanged Man being that he does have a rope around his foot here, but kind of a daredevil performance, stuntman vibe. So the Death card, I like that the characters beneath here are the ones in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it still has the Moon card with the sun coming up in the background, so little details from the original symbols being captured. Very cool that Temperance is also about a sort of androgyny of male, masculine, and feminine. And that gives a direct statement of what's happening in the image that's so important to the message of it. Nice devil card, and the bottom says the enslaved woman and the enslaved man. Very fun. And I like how, again, number 15. So it's pulp fiction, but it also has that comic book edge to it. The tower, the burning inferno. Again, feels like a 1970s Poseidon adventure kind of thing going on. Star card, more 1920s. We're going all over the place with the eras, which I think adds a layer of fun to it. This is definitely a film aficionados thing. The moon card has a camera tripod and the two wolves together. I feel like the moon could have a little something more going on, but okay. Sun card, child riding a horse. Judgment, very Night of the Living Dead. I'm feeling like the Judgment and the Sun and the Star, those are the ones that so far I'm not loving because I feel like they're not capturing enough of the little symbols that give a lot of meaning to the card to make it easier to learn with. The World. I swear I had that textbook when I was a kid. And in the bottom has the actual Rider-Waite-Smith Major Arcana World card. Getting into the Minor Arcana, we have the Wand, Ace of Wands. Two of Wands, got that Explorer Safari vibe. Three of Wands, space travel, so we've gone further afield on the journey. That's a nice touch. Four of Wands, we got a party going on. A lot of babes and women in this. I feel like there could be a little balance with some masculine going on, but all right, that's fun. Five of Wands, men and women fighting. Six of Wands, homecoming, accolades, people celebrating. Love it. This is one of my favorites so far of the minors because it captures that like celebration of coming home, which is part of the card, as well as being heralded and respected and revered and getting your accolades. Seven of Wands, pretty simple interpretation with the sticks coming out and battling warrior-like. Eight of Wands, pretty classic design. Kind of feel like the bottom could really do something a little more to capture what's that card about, but you know, it looks a lot like the original. Love the Nine of Wands. This is my next favorite of this suit so far, that we have a sort of double story going on, has some sort of like cowboy thing in the background, and she's the tarnished woman support, you know. Honestly, as a feminist, I really appreciate this. Like, you just get so tired of fighting the good fight. And Ten of Wands, the silhouetted hot woman on her journey into the distance, has a sort of interesting, I don't know what genre that would be. Page of Wands, very cool. Has a sort of sex appeal to it, but in a young way. Knight of Wands, fun. A lot of movement, which is great. Queen of Wands, temptress. Love that they included the black cat and the yellow dress from the original card. King of Wands, watching the world burn. And into the cups. So Ace of Cups, pretty simple classic design. Two of Cups, you know, clearly on the romance novel vibe. Three of Cups, I don't know if I want to party with these ladies, but, you know, they're ready to party. Four of Cups, the sort of, that's great, kind of has that depressive film noir feeling about it. Five of Cups, the tainted lover or something. Still has the two cups standing behind her. Again, Todd is using a lot of the original imagery. This is the children's book for the six. Beautiful. Capture that childhood vibe. Ah! Awesome. We have the Seven of Cups with all the different ways, and I like this fortune teller in the center. Film noir again. Again, he's capturing a lot of the classic images. So Nine of Cups I see as something a little bit more gratitude-based, but this is riches and abundance. Ten of Cups for the win. Love it, winning the bowling. That's very fun. It's a nice mix of kind of graphics from advertisements as well, it feels like 60s Mad Men kind of ads, along with comics, graphic novels, classic books, children's books. Don't really know what's going on with that knight, but he's definitely creative. She just likes to stay at home and watch her shows. Fun that he included sort of photography in the background with the graphic image in front. Getting into the swords. So we have very vibrant Ace of Swords. Very similar to the classic card Two of Swords. As well as classic to the original Three of Swords. Kind of sometimes it moves a little away from the original, and sometimes it goes a little too deep into it. So I like this deck. I'm happy with it, but I'm also like, Four of Swords, she's getting her rest. I like that there's in the background kind of a 1920s picture on the wall. Five of Swords, the knight. Doesn't have that capture of defeat, though, but I can see that, because I feel like the character of the knight should be a little bit defeated after clearly slaughtering in the background. Six of Swords is, again, these are all really close to the original style images, but from just a very pulpy place. So this is actually a good learning deck. If you want to learn tarot, this is pretty good for that. This is a fun one. Like, this is more what I was hoping for in the whole deck, that this kind of like whole story that you can see of very film noir and this woman hiding something away in her safe. Eight of Swords. Yeah, following a lot of the classic images. Great learning deck. Fun images. I got this in part because I have too many cartoony decks, and I felt like this would be still my flavor, but a little bit more adult. Fun. Joan of Arc. I swear I actually know this original image. King of Swords. Thoughtfully looking at the sword. Nice touch. And finally into the Pentacles. I like the color variation in this deck. It's not like one suit holds one color. It's kind of all over the place. And although, is it? Yeah, but each suit has its own color in the titles, so the titles are the same. This is great. Tells a story, you know, clearly some sort of, looks like a heist mission. I really like, this is what I love about this deck that I was really excited about. Love the Four of Pentacles. This is another one that really tells a story. Creepy centipede coming, clinging to that money. Great. Five of Pentacles. Lost woman in the evening. Has the church still up here. Six of Pentacles, the giving. I feel like that could have more going on, but all right. It's got the balanced tattoo there. Seven of Pentacles, she got her money. And I feel like this doesn't really capture the meaning of the card as much as the others do, but okay, because this one to me is about you're not ready to harvest yet, and that kind of looks like a harvest. Eight of Pentacles, cool. I like the whole working on something, still has a sort of, as an artist, I'm sure this is his work, so it's kind of also reflecting his own work. Nine of Pentacles, I love it. We've got the Maltese Falcon there, directly relating to the Humphrey Bogart film. Ten of Pentacles, riches, happy family, tradition, nice. Money, money, money. Monopoly Man. Fun. Well, I like the deck. It's a cool deck. The edges are really bright red. I hope that stays on. I'm not loving the deepness of the red on the back. It's just got it's a little too red for me, but okay. Again, the cards seem to have, they're slick, and they seem to have a nice tension to them. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my page and like and follow, and feel free to ask me questions about learning the cards, what decks to get as a learning deck. This would suffice for a good learning deck if you're into this kind of imagery. And have a great day. Thanks so much.